What up, guys? This is Monkey Figure Reviews, and today we are going to do another figures news updates video, this time round on the upcoming Figuarts Zero figures. Most of you should be very interested and excited about this one. We are getting the whole Straw Hats crew in their Wano outfits. I find this to be very good because we, as collectors, we have another option to have the crew in their Wano outfit. Currently, if I'm not wrong, there's only one set, which is the Grand Line Series DXF, in which we can have the whole crew. For Mega House POPs, we are stuck at Zoro. No news yet on the rest of the 5 members, and it seems to be very slow on the news front over there. I'm not sure if they are going to finish the whole crew. That's my own speculation because their figures have just been insane, and I think in the current economic climate, maybe it's not very wise, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, at least for me, I do hope they give me Robin and maybe what's that? The red suit Sanji will be very cool. Okay, and let's get back to these figures. And you can see this is a promo image of all the figures in their Wano outfit. It says here you can order them from the 3rd of August onwards, and this is actually based on the cover page of volume 91 in case you're not sure, and they are modeling all the figures after this. Hence we have O-Tama as well, and whether or not you want to display her, I guess it's up to you, but if I'm not wrong, she comes with a set with Brook, so if you are getting the whole crew, you will definitely have her. This is from their official website, and you can see how this just transforms to the figures. And I just want to mention something. If you are enticed into getting this set because you want to display them similar to how they look here in this image or slash the cover page, I think we have to be very careful here to avoid disappointment, because even though it is marketed like this, marketed as displayed like this, in real life it will probably be not in this way at all, because obviously even when you look at this image, Nami and Robin, they are out of the the scale, and also they are cropped and zoomed in, and I don't think Chopper will be flying unless they gave him a tall stand to support him up like this. I really don't think so. So you could just imagine them maybe lining up in a row instead. I don't think you can really put them as nicely as over here. So just had to be very careful. And if I recall correctly, the previous sets they did Figuarts Zero for the Straw Hat crew, the one including Jinbei, they did market it also after the cover page. But I think when you display it in real life, because you are displaying them on the same plane, the same level, it looks much more flatter. Unless maybe you give a little bit of like risers to some of the figures at the back, maybe it'll look better. And so there's precedence, and we have to be careful. Alright, and okay, so this is the other alternative faces. We are getting them, so you can see some of them are smiling. I think Nami's winking. For Brook, I think his face is his mouth is closed over here, and O-Tama is a little bit teary. And I think they are doing the same thing. You can only get the alternate faces when you buy other figures. So if you get a whole set, it shouldn't be a problem. But if you're just getting a few, then maybe you won't get the second option. Alright, let's get to the figures. And this is Luffytarou, or Luffy. He's coming out in November this year, 2020. His height is 14 cm, and the price is 3,500 yen. I do think that the face is maybe not the most accurate. It is still rather okay, and if you look at some of the details, like over here, it's not very well done. Somehow they always have issues with this, and this is the promo, but it's not very clean. And I do find that for some reason the kimono is just very dark in terms of the color. I mentioned in my Better Record Collections Luffy video that I prefer brighter colors because it kind of just matches well with the color scheme of the Wano arc. But this looks a bit dull and flat for the red. So not sure why they decided to go with that style. But personally, I'm not a big fan. And also, maybe I will also prefer more details on the outfit. more shading perhaps. And like obviously this part here you can see they're just trying to save on work, but by not making you see more into the gap over here. And obviously I think he'll be supported, so he won't just be like this. And hopefully he gets a not too ugly stand. These are the details on the straw hats. And this is weird. I think this should be the damage done by Buggy. Usually they do it right at the top, but this seems to be to the side. So that's interesting. I do not know that. Maybe they're trying to have some creative freedom when it comes to the sculpt. And there you go. Yeah, I think it's alright. And he is very similar to this King of Artists, Luffy, which we got quite a while back. The design is basically the same because they are based on the cover page, but the actual modeling on this figure was horrible. I think the material on the kimono wasn't very good. Very cheap feel to it. Probably one of the worst ones in recent years. And the worst part of this figure was the sword. If I recall properly, it's made of just very soft PVC or plastic, and it was very bent for most people. Even the blade part here was just in an S shape because they didn't align properly. It was a very horrible figure. But if you like this pose, and you know, this would be probably a better option. Alright, next is Choppermon, or Chopper. He's coming out in December. His height is 7 cm. The price is 2,500 yen. And this is very similar to the POP we got. So it's just Chopper throwing out a shuriken. He looks to be very good here. Very cute as always. This is from the front. And yeah, you can see the tiny details. They're actually pretty well done here. Maybe shading not as much, but usually for Chopper's design, these are the maximum we get. Okay, so I think you can see for yourself. And yeah, this is, I just brought in the POP image here so you guys can do comparison. The face is essentially the same. The eyes also. Yeah, like it's the same. I guess maybe the feet position, they are different, and of course here he has the big shuriken attached to his back, and of course a nicer effect here. Alright, next is Usohachi, or Usopp. He's also coming out in December after Chopper. Height is 12 cm and his price is 4,500 yen. He comes with the smiling faces for Luffy and Chopper. Now Usopp wise, I think first thing I noticed was again the lines is not very cleanly painted. I have no idea why for figures, for some reason they always can't do the stripes properly. Even for more expensive ones, it just doesn't make sense. So maybe if this happened for the the cheaper DXF Grand Line series, it would be, yeah, you kind of expect it. But for Figuarts Zero, you're paying more. You really expect the painting to be a lot better. Even for here, like you can see the line on the sword, it's just kind of like it's hand painted. And I don't know, man. I don't know if this is gonna translate to the actual product, but I really hope not. Okay, and other than that, his pose is of course very funny and hilarious. He's jumping up in mid-air, and I think his face kind of doesn't look like him. I'm not sure if it's because the eyes are a little bit too small. Could have been a bit bigger. Also the mouth, also the details are not very convincing for me. This is the hair, the details, and the sword. Looks rather decent. And he probably looked like this, straight up supported in a straight line instead of leaning towards his left like in the cover page. Yeah, the beard details. I think for this set, generally we don't see much crazy details on the outfit, and also lesser shading. Unlike the Extra Battle series, I think the one for the Marineford battle, they added a lot of much more details to the figures. This is the smiling face, so I think it just comes with Usopp. So you're gonna get both expressions. And this is a smiling face for Luffy, and this is a smiling face for Chopper. So you're gonna get the two faces with Usopp. Alright, next we have Zorojuurou, or Zoro. He's coming out next year in January. 2021. His height is 11 cm and his price is also 4,500 yen. Now, I actually really like this pose, and I think the King of Artists also, they are doing a figure of him in this one, but that one looks, I don't know, it looks horrible to me. So I like how he's, smiling, number one, and secondly, he's pulling out his sword ready to fight. Interesting that I think they're probably following the cover page, but he's using his Sandai Kitetsu. If I'm not wrong, usually he doesn't use that sword. He uses maybe Shusui. And of course, you can see the creases here, the paints. Yeah, still a little bit iffy on some places. But it seems like there's more shading on this figure than the previous ones. The hair looks amazing. The details on the hair. And of course, the flow of his cape towards the back. This is the King of Artists. And you can compare. Horrible. Absolutely horrible in my opinion. The face is just... This is nasty, man. I can't emphasize how much I hate this Zoro's face. And even when you compare to the Figuarts Zero, this cape is much more flat. Could have flew up a bit more. Even the details, the creases, is just... Man. The only thing going for this figure is just that it's bigger. The size, the scale is bigger. But everything else is probably not good at all. Let's get back to this Zoro. I also think that this Zoro doesn't really look like Zoro, but well, it seems like it's the story so far, in my opinion, for most of the figures in this line. Yeah, so he gets, I don't know, maybe the eyes just doesn't look like him. But the swords look great. I like the colors here. Looks much more brighter on the sword. I love that. And more shading here towards the back. And more angles of him. More bad paint jobs here. And I think he looks worse in this angle. Maybe the lips looks a bit weird and messed up. So, alright, now we have Sangoro or Sanji, and he's also coming out in January after Zoro. Next year, his height is 14 cm, the price is 4,500 yen, and he comes with a smiling face for Zoro. So this is how he looks like when you display him to the side. You can see the brighter colors here. I like the bright yellow, and you can also see the details on his hands. The hair also looks great. And let's go to the next image. Now, I think when you look at him here, then he looks funny because for some reason, maybe they try to, I don't know, man, they try to make this symmetrical or something, but his mouth is a little bit too white and weird. To me, he looks weird here, like not very nice. But let me know what you guys think. It could be just me. And his hands look very, very funny because they're not sure what he's doing. But I guess they have no choice because they are staying true to the pose. And you can see his body muscles sculpted as well. Some creases and shading at this part. And this is the other side, so another view of the muscles, better view. Yeah, and maybe he doesn't look as good when you look at him from the front, but only much better from the side. This is the back. Yeah, I think generally the kimono is very good. I like it. Just that the face maybe is a bit suspect with how they sculpted the mouth. Smiling face over here. He looks somewhat better, but maybe the face is still the mouth is still the same. And this is the Zoro, a bigger smiling face for him, so you can see more of his teeth. And he comes with Sanji, and this is Honekichi or Brook, and he comes with O-Tama. He's also coming out in January. After Sanji, his height is 23 cm. His price is 6,000 yen. So Brook looks to be rather good here. Of course, his costume is very, very plain, but the details on his afro looks very, very good. The bones seems to be very decent as well. Less shading involved, but they have added some creases and also like because he's supposed to be a dead body or the ghost, so All these coats are a little bit damaged. An arrow, few arrows in his body. I think he looks great here. I love Brook, so I might get Brook. He looks very, very funny, as always. And more details on the hair. I think the part where you can really talk about the details is probably the torn and damaged part of the outfit, the arrow tail, and only the hair. That's where most of the details go into. So this is the front view of him. Looks great. Looks like a skeleton, so he looks like Brook. So, and he also has a scar over there. And this is him with the closed mouth. So he should come with it himself. So you have both expressions. And this is O-Tama. So they are going to come as a set. I actually like her so far because of the colors, and I think it just acts really, really well. The whole colors, the way they come together. Even I think this is an apple, right? It should be an apple. The color on it is great too. There's some shading towards the top, towards the bottom. The bright colors just look so great and really fits the Wano theme. Okay, so there you go. She's probably very, very small. I didn't manage to get the height of her. It's not stated anywhere, but you can imagine maybe she's around Chopper's height or maybe a little bit taller. Okay, so we actually have 3 more of them, but we have not gotten the other official images yet. So maybe I'll do a part 2, but let's just take a quick look on them. So this is Nami. I actually think that she looks really, really good here, and maybe the best Wano Nami looking figure so far, compared to all across the board. The DXF, the glitz and glamours, the POPs. I really sincerely think that this one captures her likeness the best. And of course, from this image we can tell some parts of the outfit looks great too. They went with the glossy paints for the ribbon tie around her waist sash. So that's very, very interesting. And also here. And I think the main thing obviously is just the face. It has to be so important when it captures the likeness. She looks really, really good. So hopefully we get more images of her soon, and we can look at more angles. This is Robin, and she looks amazing here too. If anything, I'm actually considering just getting her because I'm a fan of Robin, as you guys already know. And for some reason, we have not gotten any geisha Robin. For some reason, like zilch, nothing. And she looks great here, so very, very tempted to get her. Hopefully the printing on the kimono is actually good looking and decent like this, much more crisp and clean. And I don't know, man, it's geisha Robin. She looks great, and I will get her if we don't have other options. And of course, last but not least, we have Franky, or Franosuke, and he's holding this saw upwards, similar to the cover page. He actually looks very badass as well, and I really like his design in Wano as a what do you call that, like a craftsman. So very, very good, but probably he'll come at a bigger price. Look at the glossy paints here, he looks good. Okay, so that's all for now. So most likely I will do a part 2 when the images for Nami, Robin, and Franky comes out. But for now, just to give you an idea, to let you guys be up to date with this whole set. Alright, thank you guys so much for listening in. Let me know what you think of this Straw Hat Crew Wano outfit in the comments section below. If you like my video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss out on more videos like this. I'll see you guys very soon. Have a good day. Goodbye.